Go, we live? Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it? Oh, it's been a while, YouTube. How you doing, man? I haven't forgotten about you. Hang on, let's get this up. Hey, there we go. There we go. Back on YouTube, mate. Back on YouTube. Who'd have thought it? Who would have bloody thought it? Here we go. I cut my face shaving. We're back, baby. Let me mute that. Oh, we're back in the first of what is maybe 3 streams today. It's a lot. There's a lot, man. 3 streams. We got this. We got Death Stranding over on Twitch later on, and then at midnight we've got Guardians of the Galaxy as well. We've got a lot going on. Go Ran, how you doing, man? Good to see you. I should probably put the tweet out. People don't know that I'm tweeting, or not even that I'm tweeting. People don't know that I'm streaming on YouTube again. The return of the Traitor. It's been a while since I donned that name, but it felt like it was the right name to don for this event. As you know, I've been fairly vocal about my support for Halo Infinite out of the nostalgia and the love that I have for the franchise. As I said, I'm a bigger fan of the first trilogy. It's more what I give a fuck about. And if this can somehow capture my heart in any shape or form, then I really, really, really hope that they do that. Because, you know, they've had some great campaigns in the past, and I spent so much time on Halo multiplayer as well. It's been great having Splitgate around to kind of fill that void a little bit, but it's not the same. I don't like the map design as much and such. I'm hoping that Halo Infinite can be a hit, or as close to a hit as possible, you know? Let's take a look at Halo then, shall we? Now, I actually had another video planned for today, but I guess this is going to be the video. I guess tomorrow's video it will become. Good afternoon, Canadian 009. How's it going? Ballistics, how you doing as well? City, how you doing as well? We'll get it on PC. Yeah, I'm going to get it on PC, and then we'll hopefully be able to play it. You know, I've been a little bit sad that the boys are replaying through Halo 3 campaign. Yeah, so basically, right, this just wouldn't stop bleeding. Like, it's weird how, like, the tiniest of cuts just don't stop bleeding. And I got a new razor head today. You know, went down to the razor shop, or Super Drug, as it's called, to get the razors that I normally use, and they run out of them. So I had to go with a different brand. I was a little bit like, yeah, I don't like these sort of one-and-done ones. You know, I don't like these sort of one-and-done razors. But I needed to shave my face. As you can see, I didn't get to shave in all of it because this hurt so goddamn much. But yeah, it's not stopped bleeding, so I had to put that on. Not good, man. I knew. You know, sometimes when you just look at the product and you're just like, yeah, this is going to fuck me up, man. But yeah, at the same time, you're like, I need to get this done. And I'm not coming back down here again. Yeah, I used to love Halo when I was a kid. That's it as well. Dave Juan, how's it going? Holly, how's it going as well? It's been a minute, hasn't it? It's been a minute. Part of me misses streaming on YouTube. I won't lie to you. There's a big part of me that's a little bit like it's so familiar. But then streaming on Twitch is no different either, and there's a lot of fun features. So it's a little bit of a weird one, you know. I said I would stream stuff on the channel still, and I'm still doing that, man. I'm still doing that. This is what I'm saying, though. My love for Halo is what's given me any interest in this game, you know? I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen the way they're handling it. I'm not exactly happy with it. I use a machine shaver, hate razors. Hey, man, since my one ran out, I just moved over to razors. I like the smooth, clean cut when you have a good razor. What I don't like is cutting my face on said razor. So there we go. Tones, how you doing, man? Canadian 009, curious how the Guardians of the Galaxy review does review-wise. That's out tomorrow. And I will be playing it at midnight over on Twitch. So if anyone wants to come and join me, please feel free to join me. The multiplayer seems to have gone down very well. Yeah, well, this is it. All of the early testing on the multiplayer, what everybody was saying, the feedback that was coming through was that Big Team Battle is now awesome, which to me seems like news because Big Team Battle was kind of fun, but it was never my go-to game. It was never my go-to game mode. But it's good to see that a lot of people are enjoying that. Maybe it's just nice for people to have bigger battles. But I was all about that 4-man squad. You and your boys. You go in there, you know. You go in there, you win some, you lose some, but you always have a good time. And someone usually camps by one of those lifts and just keeps getting kills with the sword or shotgun. It is what it is, man. It's part of the experience, to say the least. YouTube is like going back to your old fling. Well, I'm just focusing on uploads and stuff. I got some cool uploads planned for this week. I'm actually really shocked with how this month has just disappeared before me. I don't know how it has. I don't know how this month has disappeared. Are you going to play any horror games? No, to be honest. How's it going, Path? No, I'm not. Not in. Apart from, I bought Man and Medan for no reason. I genuinely bought it for no reason. I'm not compelled to play horror games. It's such a, like, oh, we're going to do Shocktober, blah, blah. And then you know what? Fuck that, man. Everyone else is doing Spooktober or some other shit. Plus, I'm playing Death Stranding at this point in time as well, which covers all bases as far as a game. It's got its horror moments, it's got its tense moments, and it is what it is. When did I make the move over to Twitch? The start of this month, pretty much. The start of this month. It's been alright. I've not been super consistent on it. I need to get back to being more consistent. Yeah, October, for everything that was good about September, October has been the downward spiral, I would say. Have I heard about the Wu-Tang game in development? Honestly, it's great that there may be a Wu-Tang game coming out, but legitimately, why? Like, Wu-Tang, like, I hate to say it, like, Wu-Tang are goated, right? But their legendary status is just that, you know? Like, I'm not trying to hear a new Wu-Tang album. I'm not trying to play a new Wu-Tang game in 2021. I wouldn't mind a Def Jam remake or something similar where I get to beat up a bunch of new school rappers. That would be a lot of fun. But yeah, like a Wu-Tang RPG is just, it's just not the time for it, is it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not. What era are we living in? What world is this that we exist in? Where Wu-Tang are like, you know what the streets be asking for? A new Wu-Tang game. Like, it just, I don't know. And hey, don't get me wrong, I love Wu-Tang. But yeah, legitimately, I'm a bit like, what's going on? What's going on with the world in these days? You know? What is going on in these days? This day and age? What sort of game? RPG, bro, called Shaolin is the working title at this point in time, you know? So there's that, at least, to look forward to. I've actually got a whole new setup. I sorted my PC, by the way. That's why I didn't stream on Thursday as well. Mark Simpson, how's it going? Gareth, how's it going as well? It'll probably only be good for the soundtrack. Yeah, exactly. But I can listen to Wu-Tang albums when I want to. Or I could just put on a RZA beat selection, you know? Def Jam would be a licensing nightmare to remake. Yeah, unfortunately it would be. It's as simple as that. But I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. A Wu-Tang styled game that looks like Sifu wouldn't be too bad, really, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I've got a new setup. Not everything's completely set up over here. I don't have my Stream Deck set up at the moment. In order to change, I'm going to have to do that, which actually wasn't that difficult. As I said, looking forward to seeing what Halo Infinite has for us. It's a campaign overview. Now, the campaign has had a lot of controversy around it. There was obviously talk about there not being co-op at launch. There's a talk about them not having Forge at launch. There's a lot of rumors going on at the moment, which originally I was like, well, how can that be possible? How can they just ship out the multiplayer element of the game? And then having played Battlefield 2042, I suddenly realized how you can spend all of your time on a multiplayer game and it still not be optimized and ready to go. Can you imagine if Battlefield also had a supposed campaign coming out at the moment with the state of the way that the game's in currently? It would not be good. It would not be good, to say the least. Luckily, they've pushed Battlefield back a little bit because they've realized they need a bit more time, and I do think there's a great game in there. I hope they nail it. Overall, I hope that every game, apart from maybe Call of Duty, does well in this. I liked, my favorite period of time is when everyone was releasing good games. You had a good Battlefield game out there, you had a good Halo out there, you had a good Call of Duty out there. There was options to play multiplayer shooters and such, and there was a variety to it. Each one delivered on a different sort of thing. You had Halo for a more arcadey approach, you got Call of Duty for the midway realism and arcadey approach, and then you got Battlefield for the total war scaled thing as well. How was my weekend? It was alright, man. I was in I was gonna say Amsterdam. I was in Manchester, and I wish I had been in Amsterdam, and it was a lot of fun. Simple as that. It was a lot of fun. Happy to be back in my hometown. Though I want to see Craig. Yeah, hey, the good thing about being on, it's just a premiere. This is legit just a premiere. It's not even like a little presentation. It's just a premiere. I guess all of them are pretty much premieres when you think about it. But yeah, yeah. Usually 2 teams working on a campaign and online. Oh, there you go. Exactly. But still, I would not be looking forward to seeing how things were released in the current states that they are. I'll be surprised if Halo drops this year, but it seems like they're doing it. I wonder if the graphics are looking... I don't think the graphics look that bad. I feel like people were ragging on... There's a lot worse looking... Like, Halo looks like Halo. I feel like Halo is ultimately a victim of its artwork style to a degree, you know? But it didn't look so bad. It didn't look terrible in the beta and stuff. Or did it? Is my like clouded view of Halo clouding my view of Halo? Everybody can get the music right there. There we go. Get a little bit of intro music. Want to thank everyone for joining me. If you haven't said hello, you've got 40 seconds to do it. I mean, you don't have 40 seconds to do it. You can do it at any time. But I want to see Craig's in the chat right there from the members. Can I throw a Craig in the chat? Let's get our Craig's ready, baby. The audio levels all good? There we go. An onslaught of Craigs. Mighty Johnny, how you doing, man? Yeah, this is the first of many streams today. We've got Death Stranding coming up a little bit later. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy even later than that. Hey, they had some bad stuff. Let's not get it wrong. Joseph, how you doing, man? Dan, how's it going? Let's hope that this can actually get us a little bit more excited.
Halo was about Master Chief and Cortana.
It was.
Partners, protecting humanity.
Yeah, or more.
But that is now a distant memory. Humanity is fighting for survival. The Banished have risen, defeated our heroes, and taken control of the mysterious Zeta Halo. We need a savior. We need hope.
I'm very quiet.
Spartan 117, Master Chief.
I gotta get the audio levels right. Is that better?
A weapon.
A weapon? How many guns do you need?
This dude is like when you get Oscar Isaacs on Wish. This game's also like when you get Halo on Wish. No, I'm kidding. I mean, these graphics don't look bad, right? Like, they don't look bad. And remember, when things are streamed, they always look a little worse. That looks clunky as fuck, though, doesn't it?
Invites players to become Master Chief and discover true Spartan.
Why is that zipline so slow, bro?
Adventure-filled Halo experience yet.
Like, you know, in Doom, where you use the shotgun with the chain,
His first mission
you move at speeds.
A new AI, codenamed the Weapon.
All right, we're getting a new AI.
6 months. Where have you been? Following the events of Halo 5, Master Chief is searching for the answer to a troubling question. What happened to Cortana?
I was created to lock down Cortana, but I don't know why. What did she do that was so wrong?
She looks like Cortana's annoying little sister, man.
Order received. Stand by.
It's a pelican! Oh god, it doesn't look good, does it? Hey, this looks cool though.
A damaged world full of wonder, mystery.
Why does it just look like it's running on the same engine from the 360 though? Legit. Hey, nice.
At every turn, the Banished are hunting Master Chief and the remnants of the UNSC.
Oh, really?
Victory is already ours. We will meet on the battlefield.
The Banished army is spread across the surface.
Okay.
Building fearsome strongholds and outposts with no one to stop them.
Apart from us.
Until now.
That's right. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Halo's still doing metal corridored battles. Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Hey, he's got a little mohawk.
Master Chief has been a hero.
Chad,
ready to
Craig's older
fight
brother.
and win against impossible odds.
Chief?
Sick, you can throw those?
Safe now.
Nah, oh man, it looks so outdated. What the hell?
Incoming.
Like, it looks like more of the same, but
It isn't.
older. How's that possible? It should look... Why is that so slow? Why does everything look like it's moving in slow-mo?
Players now have more freedom than ever before to take down the Banished any way they choose.
Nice. Okay, that's cool.
Banished facility up ahead.
Look at his little run.
Some kind of salvage operation. What do we do?
Maybe we
Shut
blow it up.
Permanently.
Nice. Alright, I don't even know how that guy survived there, but he did. That's cool. That's one cool thing they've added. Everything else is just Halo, but not in a, like...
What do we have here?
We got, like, a skill tree for the Master Chief now? Why? Why do we need that?
Do you see that? Could be useful. If
What, a
you
tank?
like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it probably could be. It's a tank.
I like it.
Halo Infinite allows us all
Oh,
to
man.
become Master Chief, doing what Spartans do best.
Alright, well, we're doing
Defying the
battlefield
odds
moves
to
now?
take down the Banished,
Nice.
piece by piece. This won't be an easy fight. Master Chief will take on returning favorites
Craig! Where is he?
and surprising new threats, like the agile skimmers. A sadistic Spartan killer named Jaga Erdamni.
Say goodbye.
Look out, Chief. He looks...
Angry.
And something even more
All right.
threatening.
The Forerunner's lies are at an end. I am the harbinger of the truth. You are not the future.
Exploring this vast and fractured world will put Spartan 117 to the ultimate test. But where there is courage, there is hope. Welcome to the new era of Halo.
I want the old era back, man. Can we not just have the old era?
Is everyone trying to kill you?
Yes!
Kinda seems like it.
Is this your first Halo? Oh man, as I said, I've tried my best to be as like positive as I can about this game because of my love. There he is. Because of my love
One with Game Pass.
of Halo as a franchise. But geez Louise, man. To put it nicely, people are saying dubs in the chat. What are we saying? I'm going to run this in silence in the background again. My biggest worry about this is it still looks very alpha build. You know? Like it looks so alpha build. Like it just doesn't look fluid. It doesn't look like a finished game, and it doesn't look like a compelling campaign, you know? Like it doesn't look like anything more than a soulless cash grab is the only way to put it. Like you could rehash all of the original Halos, which this has in it. Don't get me wrong. Like don't get me wrong. There's a lot in here that is just pulled straight out of Halo 2 and Halo 3, and they've just mashed it all together and such, right? But then, fundamentally, nothing looks evolved. And the way I'm going to compare this is when you play Destiny, Destiny 1 and 2 feels like the spiritual successor of the original Halo trilogy, right? Like this looks all right. Like there's parts that look okay. There's parts where the graphics look okay. The story is whatever. Like, I don't care. I genuinely don't care. Like, the Master Chief is at his best, where you just say, let's throw in the Master Chief and have him fuck shit up. I couldn't care for the lore. I've never really cared for the lore of Halo. You know, I've never really cared for the lore and the world building. I like some of it, but it's all a bit too religious, bloody blah bloody blah 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 blah. You know? Like, it's all like, whatever, point me in the right direction, I'm gonna shoot stuff. And that's cool. That's good for me, you know? But this doesn't even have, like, just, like, I don't even know why the Chief had to be pulled in from space. Just let him crash down to the floor again, like he did in Halo 3, where he just fell from space. And just someone wake me up and say, it's time to do what you do, Chief, you know? But that's not even the main point. I don't even think trying to speculate what the story and what they're trying to build here is anything. Going back to my original point is that Bungie moved forward the Halo genre with Destiny. You know, they moved it forward, and it felt like everything they added was a natural evolution to places they wanted to take the game, right? Whereas this, it's like, oh, it handles like the old Halo pretty much, with a couple guns that aren't necessarily, like a couple variations on the guns. We got some Marines that are just out here in t-shirts for some reason. They're not even like padded up or anything. Like, they're not even like ready for war. They've just been like woken up. That grappling hook is so terribly like put together, in my opinion. You know? Like, it looks so slow. Like, we can load up any 5 minutes of Doom gameplay, and it just moves as such a superior shooting system, and the way that everything works as well. I don't like this, like, invade and take over the map. As someone mentioned in the chat as well, those explosions are laughable at best. Watch here. That guy, like, basically gets skimmed over. Like, did you see that? Right there? Like, it's such a minor thing, and you can say, oh, the jump saved him or whatever. But, like, legitimately, oh, whatever, did I not skip for it? Like just, it just looks so slow. What's this dude? I'm pretty sure we nipped him on the way in. Pretty sure we nipped him on the way out, at least, yeah? No reaction. Nothing. I don't like the, oh, go here and kill that. Like, I don't think that's bad, necessarily. I think it's how they've tried to avoid making, like, a lot of the missions in Halo, despite being kind of like in bigger environments, still feel really linear, right? They still feel massively linear. And this is like, oh, well, if we put it in an open world setting, then it won't feel so linear. But what they don't understand is if you put it in an open world setting and then still have the same sort of layout that you do in all the other games, then it's still just going to be as linear in the way that it plays anyway. I really don't like the fact that they've given him a skill tree either. It just feels like something that every game feels like they need to have, these sort of like added on RPG features for no reason. It looks clean. But it just... yeah, it's dated. I think dated is the right word. You know? I think dated is the right word. Locally hated, how you doing? Gamer Gamut, how you doing? Damien, how you doing as well? Kiddable, so you're back on YouTube. Hey, I'm always trying to, as I said, balance the two. Anything that's not actual gameplay footage is on YouTube. That's how it goes. You know, I know you're trying to be positive. I'm not trying to be positive. I'm trying to salvage my nostalgia's love for a franchise that's clearly dying before my eyes. You know? I think it's denial more than positivity. Pretty much. Cringe Boy, how you doing as well? Let's read some of these sentences. Let's read what people have got to say. Can I zoom in a little bit? I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. Caesar, how you doing as well? I'm pretty sure some Fortnite kid's going to say that's the That's the guy from Fortnite. Yeah, every time as well. They're concentrating more on multiplayer by the looks of it. Does Halo really need open world? Says Alien Invention. No, all Halo ever needed was, if they wanted to go with this big open world map route or whatever, then make a bloody Battle Royale game. No one would be mad at a Halo Battle Royale, and it should have been one of the first to hit the scene when Battle Royales became the next big things. All they needed to do was revamp the engine with a couple new graphics, load up a multiplayer setting for all of the classic games, and then have a fucking Battle Royale like every other game out there. If Call of Duty got their thumbs out their asses and fucking managed to make a Battle Royale, why can't you do it? Like, instead you give us this half-assed cooked campaign. It looks better on playback. It looks better on the stream than it doesn't, but this is cutscene. This doesn't, like this, man. Like, so what? Do we take over an area and then we get to call in things? I'm not sold. I'm not sold as well. I like this little thing though, but even the way it just look at the way it just hits the fucking ground, man. Look at those what are those sparks, bro? What is that? Is that animations? Like, what are you trying to do here? If it's a hover vehicle, why is it not ready to hover when it why doesn't it hover just above the ground with some cool effects? Like, what is this, man? The ropes just disappear. Look how cheap this is, man. Look at this. The ropes just disappear. Watch. Gone. They just disappear, and then we just get these little sparks as if it's making some sort of impact. Like what kind of cheap shit is this, man? What kind of shit reminds me of Outriders? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I genuinely don't like that one bit. Model designs, yeah, great. It needs more Craig. Not enough Craig at all. You know, if someone told me this was Halo 3, I'd probably believe him. But I feel like Halo 3 was way better as well. It's a tough one. Halo 5 tried to move things forward and people got mad. This one looks like it's going back to the old style, which I respect. I would happily just do a GT situation, you know, Dragon Ball GT. I would straight up just do what they did with GT and erase everything that happened after 3. Mentally, I'd be like, this is a soft reboot. It's not hard to do it at all. You know, it's not hard to just give up on what you've done and just take another crack at where the story's meant to go. It's not hard. I like this guy with his little mohawk. You know, I like his little mohawk. He's cool. He's cool in my. Look at that guy. He's a cool guy. I like him a lot. This is a cool character design. You know, what's his story? Why can't we play as him for a bit? Why didn't they just flip Halo on its head and have us play like as the Arbiter or some shit again? Whatever happened to him? I forgot. But yeah, like I mean, he looks all right. He also looks like he's out of like a custom created character in Saints Row or Crackdown or something. But I feel like everyone needed to move on from Halo and Bungie did. I mean, that's a good. What was that? Are those like Marines chained to some sort of weird? Sorry, there's so much that. Oh, they are. Oh, they are. Okay, so we got some Marines down here being held in place by Wonder Woman's lasso of truth. Right there. If you just shoot, it frees them. Alright, sick. Cool. Really like that. Oh, and then they're scrapping. Oh, you can see them here. Look, they're scrapping it out. Oh, that explosion animation's cheap, innit? What was that? That was like a bunch of GIFs put together. What was that, man? Can I watch this in slow? Like high quality GIFs, man. Now, what is this? Watch. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, that's like a PC game from the 90s explosions right there. You know? like it's so bad. And I can say this because it's something I love. And you can say this if it's something you hate as well. But I think it's better when it comes from a point of disbelief. I think it's better where it's like you're literally watching something you love die in front of you. At least I'm trying to defend it, kind of. The explosions are my favorite part of the trailer. The tank blasts are the worst. They are. That looks clean, though. It keeps messing with my head. That looks clean for a second. Like, the graphics don't look bad in certain places, and then they look atrocious in others. I don't know, man. I think it's a good point. A whole year to fix this campaign, and This is all they had to show. Yeah, exactly. Have I seen the GTA trilogy trailer? I haven't, because I wanted to do a video on it. I've seen some people share some screenshots and stuff from it. Also, that grapple hook. I know we're going in slow motion, but you really get to just break down like how boring this is as a mini boss. Like, look at, like, what's he doing there? Like, is he radioing for backup? Like, what's this guy up to? What's this guy doing? Firstly, so he gets hooked, and then he goes into, like, he does the thinker. He's like, oh man, I should have just joined Craig and left the rebellion or whatever. This looks bad. This looks really bad. It looks like they've also... The thing that is worrying me the most about this is that they've clearly just grabbed stuff from other popular games. And I know every game does this, but it looks like they've grabbed stuff from other popular games and just thrown it all together for a shit game, instead of just, you know, making a good game. And that guy still survived all of that. He still had a health bar after it. Look, he's still going. I don't know what this red shield trash is either. But it doesn't look very good, does it? There we go. He smashed him over the head with an exploding barrel. Very, very good. Map, cool. I like the fact that they've made it at least a bigger map. Halo had one job. Yeah, exactly, they did. They 100% did. And I'm very, very concerned. But that looks good. Is this just a mix of, like footage from all across the time? But then that doesn't look good. Like, the barrel doesn't look good. This was Xbox big game. This was their console seller, man. This is the game that you capitalize on all of... People like me that have a love for Halo. This is where you get us, man. And that's what you have to show us? Really? Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yes, I'm gonna do my my GTA definitive trailer reaction tomorrow, because I actually want to talk a little bit about it as well from what I've seen and so on and so forth. So it's not going to be just a reaction, it's going to be a bit more of a discussion. But this has been Halo overall. This is the new Halo. Get excited, guys. This is it. Looks great, but not as good as it should. It doesn't look great. It looks good. And it shouldn't look good. Look at this skill tree, man. Threat sensor, drop wall, thrusters, shield core. In my day, you used to get dropped somewhere and you'd have to scrap. You didn't get no upgrades. The only upgrades you could find would be on the map, and they lasted for a small amount of time. And that's it. That's all we had to go on, and we were happy. We were happy players. We were having a good old time. And now we get this, which is just looks cheap, man. Like, it looks like a very polished turd, you know? You look clean, but I know you're still a little shit underneath there, you know? Like, it's a sad state of affairs. Passive as well, how you doing? It was Xbox Big's game, and I'm very sad. Those explosions, man. Those explosions are just... Come on, man. They look 2D. They genuinely look 2D. And I just can't... Like, look at this for a second here. That's a 2D explosion. Nah, something's not right, man. There's big problems going down that they are not talking about enough. There's big... Look at that, man. There's something that I can't wait for this game to come out and then everybody start pointing the blame, because you know it's going to happen. Everybody's going to blame everybody. And there's a very good point from Tones here as well, saying like they were going to release this a year ago. Yeah, they actually almost had the balls to do so. Just trash. Anything that looks remotely good has been in the Halo games for however long now anyway. I mean, that whole area, this looks like something straight out of Halo 2. You remember that bloody mission when you got to keep flying from one base to the other? I hated that mission so much. I love Halo 2, but Halo 2 drags on so much. These little guys are like the flying things in 3. And they're like, we got new enemies. Like, no you don't. You've rehashed enemies. All the smoke and fire effects in this just look horrible. His character design looks cool. He looks like an elite with a little bit extra going on. Like, Like, cool. It's an elite with a sword and a smaller sword or a shield or something. And then this is just whatever. This just looks like they've really sort of like looked at games like Doom and Destiny and such, and like, because Halo never really had much big boss fights, you know? Like, Halo never really had big old boss fights too tough. But now it's like, oh, we need to throw in a boss at the end of certain bases and so on and so forth. We got to do what every other game's done. And I don't know if I like that. I really don't know if I like that. I don't know why I still got my headphones in. Why does Halo 4 look better? Why does Halo 3 look better? Like, look at it. Oh my god, look at the when you slow it down for a second. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, but like, look at the textures on these boxes that come out of the back of this. This is a cutscene, firstly, right? This isn't rendered properly. This is not rendered. What's this? Look at it. What's that, man? What's this? These are assets that haven't been given textures yet. Even the back of this pelican doesn't look like it's been textured correctly. Like seriously, you seeing that? Like, they look plastic. I can slow it. Can I slow this down even more? I can slow it. This is a pre-rendered cutscene, people. This is like, look at what we're looking at. Look at what we're looking at for a second here. That's the only thing that has any texture on it. Everything else is just a matte box. That's disgusting, man. That's actually disgusting. That's horrible. God of War didn't have this budget. Hey, a lot of games didn't have this budget. Kana definitely didn't have this budget, and Kana's bloody looks beautiful. You know? It's not even about comparisons. I don't even want to sit here and compare this to like all the stuff that's come out in recent times. It's like, I'd rather compare it to past Halos, and it doesn't even hold the candle to past Halos. And that should be the worrying point about this all, is that this doesn't match up to what we have in our heads and what we hold on to and what we love. And that is a big problem for any game. It's the reason that I'm not excited for a new GTA remake or to play GTA 5 again or whatever. I've done that. I've got the memories in my head and they'll never be changed. I heard that they're not putting ray tracing in at launch. I mean, if they don't, it wouldn't surprise me. They're not putting anything in at launch, are they? You're just getting multiplayer and that's that. Am I trying to murder another Xbox? I don't think I'll get an Xbox. One, I can't get my hands on one even if I wanted to. And two, I can play on my PC for the most part. Most of the games I can run on my PC, which is what I'll do with Halo. And I'll mainly, by the looks of this, be playing the multiplayer campaign now. Multiplayer, not campaign, sorry. And I've never watched like my childhood die in front of me. You know, it's a really surreal feeling, like watching your childhood die in front. Tell a lie, actually. When I was sitting to watch Batman vs Superman for the first time at the world premiere kind of thing for London at the IMAX at midnight, and I remember by about 1 o'clock I started to look around, and everyone else, like me, had realised that this movie was actually a flaming piece of shit, and I could feel my childhood dying. There and then, all of my loves and hopes and dreams for what a good live-action Batman vs Superman scenario could be, died in front of my eyes right there and then. And that's how I feel about watching Halo at this point in time. Is I am watching something I love be quite literally run into the ground for the sake of money, and it's a shame. It's a massive shame. If I'm being honest, like, we can have all the fun in the world. We can joke about this and be like, ha ha ha, it's shit and whatever. And look at that box isn't even textured. And did you see these explosions? Or here, where this thing, the ropes just disappear and then it touches the ground and it sparks out. And it's like, oh, that's impact. That's impact. We've created an animation. That's our job done. You know? We can laugh. We can laugh as much as we want. To be fair, the 4K video looks better. It looks better, but look, you can paint a turd any color you want. It's still a turd underneath it all, you know? And that's my concern, is more with the way that this just looks like a really sorry rehash of campaign moments that we've already played, mixed in with worse elements in certain scenarios. Yeah. My child has been dying for years. First Bill Cosby, then Hulk Hogan, and now Halo. This is what I'm saying, man. Just watching it, just watching it all die in front of us is I'm sad, man. I'm sad. I've tried my best. Can we get some Craigs in the chat? I think it's the only appropriate response to this. Let's get some Craigs in the chat, man. Big sad. Realistically, Microsoft pushing Halo and Gears after 20 years. They were great in their first time, but have long moved on. Well, yeah, exactly. But at the same time, we're also at a period in time where we're watching beloved franchises rise, you know? Arguably, God of War's most recent installment, even you could say like where we're at with Spider-Man games now as opposed to where we used to be with Spider-Man games. Then a great example would be something like Ratchet and Clank, like where we're at with Ratchet and Clank now compared to where it first started and such. I don't think the problem so much is milking franchises. I think it's making sure that you have the right people to milk those franchises, and also a love and care and passion. And like people have said in the chat, since Bungie left them, well, you kind of should have just put it down. You kind of just should have put the Halo down and, like I'm saying, lived on in ways that multiplayer games have moved on and evolved. And I'll agree with that. Moving on doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to start something completely new. It just means you've got to get with the times. And I do genuinely feel like Halo would have just benefited from a free-to-play, you know, a free-to-play, massively multiplayer-focused, all the classic game modes, everything that they've done with, you know, like battle royales and everything in recent times, getting all of that kind of stuff installed into a system that just works well, bringing out a Halo, you know, battle royale, whatever you want to call it, and just moving forward the multiplayer, giving it all a nice new bit of paint, and just doing that. You know, I don't think anyone would have complained. And I think if they had dropped that in the period where battle royales were the next greatest thing and not played out, and now they just have their fan bases that they rely on, I think Halo would have sat really well in there, you know? They would have sat really, really well. Do you know that 4.3 was created with Bungie employees who wanted to continue? Yeah, but they don't have the essence, man. They don't have the essence. Like, I don't care if the guy that worked on a bush in the background of Halo 1, 2, and 3 fucking wants to try and continue the franchise. Like, we have two actual successors, like I'm saying, in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 that pretty much just feel like Destiny's a good example, is a good example of the way that they changed how you engage, you know? It's the way that they changed how you engage that type of game. Yes, you have the campaign element to it, but there's so much involvement for multiplayer aspects, and that is what makes Destiny a lot of fun. You know, taking on a bit more of the sort of MMO formula worked really well for it. And this is all stuff that Halo could have done. Halo could have done it, and it wouldn't have been as offensive. But just pumping out campaigns for the sake of pumping out campaigns to make money when you were going to release the multiplayer element for free anyway, you know? Just focus on that multiplayer element and do it. I don't want to do stupid destroy the silo missions where I go to one part of the map and I destroy 4 things and they go, good job, Chief, you cleared it out. Now we can use that area to re-establish our foothold on them. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, honestly, I will agree with you, Paradox. while Battlefield, I wouldn't say looks arse, the beta definitely wasn't in the place it needed to be. None of these games are in the position they need to be released, in my humble opinion. You know? Like, none of those things, like, there was no push for them either. But people are like, we got to get these, like Call of Duty especially, like, we got to get our Call of Duty out this year or we can't release next year's Call of Duty, you know? So, hey, no one is, the streets will sleep easy knowing that these games have been delayed. like genuinely. I think it's, there's a reason we've seen so much pushback and delays this year. And it's because no one wants to be the next Cyberpunk. So definitely don't race into that position. You know? Oh, there he is. Oh, there it goes. They've all got little mohawks. All should be delayed till next year. I actually agree with you. I've got enough games to see me through this year. I've got enough games at the start of next year as well. That I really don't mind when these multiplayer games come out. But, little bit sad, you know? But Battlefield hasn't got a whole console relying on it. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, you know? And that's the same with Call of Duty as well. People who enjoy these games will find where to play them. Whereas Halo, it's like... I'd feel the same and I feel the same about Gears of War as well. Like, I feel exactly the same about Gears of War at this point in time. It's not just the beating of a dead horse, it's the beating of innovation and creativity and really making something that is really going to resonate with your old school fans and bring on new school fans via doing that. And that doesn't seem to be the concern for Halo, which is a shame. It is what it is. It is what it is, you know? Yeah, some of this looks really bad. Some of it doesn't look bad. As I said, I'm going to have more fun playing the multiplayer element anyway. I was just kind of hoping that it would have a good campaign because, you know, it'd be nice to play with friends and so on. So, oh, wait, no, because the co-op won't be launched when the campaign launches anyway. Just throw it in the bin, man. Throw it in the bin. And all this, like, PlayStation winning, Xbox winning. Look, Xbox has its place in the market. You know, at least it has its, like, Game Pass has its place in the market. It's as simple as that. But I am so thankful that I made the change over to PlayStation just ahead of the PS5. I've been playing so much good games. I was watching someone play Days Gone the other day, and I'm like, oh, man, I could go back and play some Days Gone. I could go back and play some... You know, taking out some hordes that I didn't do and things like that. And that's what I've loved about playing all of these exclusives is I've still got things to do. Like in December or in January, probably January now, I can go back and play the Horizon Frozen Wilds DLC and stuff. You know, I've left myself stuff to revisit with these great games and games that I can still platinum and so on and so forth. So, while it's upsetting that this is the current state of affairs with certain games, I'm in a good place. You know, I am personally in a good place. I got my hands on a PS5. I can play all the PS5 games. I can play a bunch of PS4 games in the best quality versions of them. And that's that, really. I'm happy with the choices I made. And I will be playing the free-to-play Halo multiplayer online when it comes out in... Was it December? November? I don't even remember. See, they haven't even sold me on the thing. But yeah, other than that, I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you very, 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 very much, everybody. I really do appreciate it. It's nice to be back on YouTube, even for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Just passing by. I will be back on Twitch for gameplay stuff, because I've realised, YouTube, like, and this isn't an attack on anyone, but I have like 10,000 people on here. It seems maybe 200 tops actually care about actual gameplay. And that's completely fine. I think a lot of what the gaming community online nowadays is more about the discussion and so on and so forth. But I said this on the stream the other day, and I'll say it again, I personally think it's very, very important. I'm going to just go back here. I think it's very important to play games. I think it's very important that if you are a channel that is going to cover and talk about games, like 7 days a week or whatever, like most people do, I think it's very important that you actually play games. But I also think that the audience over here doesn't really appreciate gameplay stuff so much. That's fairly evident because I've been doing gameplay uploads. Maybe Death Stranding isn't your thing. Maybe the games I've been playing aren't your thing. But, you know, there's been a lot of... It's not just that. It's not just now. It's happened in recent times as well. I think the people that enjoy the gameplay stuff have come over to Twitch to join me. And I appreciate that. And I'm going to focus the channel more on getting back into the content that I think people like and love, and more discussional things and things like this where we can all just talk or laugh at the game, you know, have a good time, or whatever happens, we have a good time, you know. But just to clarify so people know, streams like this, we've got State of Play coming up later this week, so I'll obviously be streaming that over here as well. Any discussional things and just general game news and such is the best way of putting it. And events will be here. And Twitch, we will continue to play games. Didn't know he was on Twitch. I've been doing my best. Every single upload that I upload, it says, hey, now we're over on Twitch and such. On Twitter every day I go live. Every time I go live, I put a tweet out. It changes my profile to say live on Twitch now as well. I've started putting things into our Discord. I'm doing everything that I physically can to let everybody know where things are happening. But yeah, pretty much generally every single day at 8 o'clock, or most of the week, I am streaming gameplay stuff. And tonight is a big one because we're going from some more Death Stranding, which is really getting interesting now. And then we're moving over to the Guardians of the Galaxy first impression stream, which will be at midnight as well. So yeah, still got a lot to do today, a lot to get through. I just wanted to take the time out to look at Halo. I just wanted to take a time out to depress myself, really, to look at something that I love absolutely run itself into the ground, you know, because that's how we want to start our week off. It is Monday. I want to thank you all. Thank you so much for being here. As always, take care of yourselves, look out for each other. Talent on the modding duty, I appreciate it. And as we were saying, I stream every day on twitch.tv/Bamalam Play. So if you haven't come to join the Famalam over there, please do. We've got a lot of fun mini games and all of this stuff that also keep the chat really fun as well. But at the same time, we're playing good games and having good discussions. That is all. Take it easy, guys.